Not a single one. Montclair's war has decimated our ranks, and people now see enlisting in the Guard as a foolhardy proposition. I have a few prospects, but they seem to have no sense of duty. I don't know. Maybe my manner is just too harsh. Certainly. I have one prospect who should be simple. Martin Datu. He's in the stocks for Mara's sake, but I can get him released if he enlists. When I spoke to him, however, he was stubborn and rude. Perhaps you could talk to him? I've already spoken with the constable, and he agreed to release Martin if the young man will enlist. I simply can't understand why a criminal would choose the stocks over doing his duty for his kingdom. Because Rivenspire is a mess. Blood fiends roam across the land. Montclair loyalists attack our towns. Need I say more? Yes, but this? Let's face it, this new civil war has taken its toll.
What? I'm tired of trying to convince people to buy my wares. I'm just gonna lay it out here, and you can tell me if you see anything you want. You should definitely buy something, though. I mean it.
Rancer! Madman. It's time to finish this.
Right. Γιατί έχει φέτρες γίλ και Mage Guild αυτό το χορηγητάκι δεν έχω ιδέα. Ah.
I don't think there's anything more for us to talk about.
What? Crazy.
If you come to poke fun at the prisoner, you'd
Your
better
face
think twice.
seems familiar.
I'll be out of these stocks soon. And then you'll have to watch your back. They may not have enough evidence to hold me, but that doesn't mean I'm not a dangerous criminal.
Απλά.
They say I broke into Jerine's ironworks and robbed the place during the night. But they haven't done it. Besides, my friend is going to come forward and vouch for me. I was at his house drinking mead all and get myself killed. I can't do that. My father went back to the dirt 15 years ago, and my family needs me around. My mother would fall to pieces, and my sister doesn't make enough coin to support herself, let alone the both of them.
Δεν θέλω να στεναχωρήσω. Ωραία σπίδα.
Huh! Can you believe that? I heard what Martin said. He's either completely delusional or incredibly naive. He's been a troublemaker all his life, and he's not getting out of those stocks anytime soon. We have enough. We found his boot prints in the mud outside the broken window. He was involved. I'm not sure he was alone, but he was there. In fact, that friend of his, that Olivier, I suspect he may have helped with the robbery. And that's the thing. Olivier said he didn't see Martin at all that night. Some friend, huh? If they weren't such amateurs, though, I don't think the constable would have made the deal with Captain Thayer.
Les Breton.
Fucking Prince. Parlez-vous français?
Oui! What the fuck? That was cringy.
I saw you over there at the stocks talking to Martin. Does that fool still think I'm coming to his rescue? He's like a babe in the woods. I told him not to wear those fancy boots. It's not my fault he wouldn't listen. Yeah, so what? I wasn't dumb enough to leave any proof for that constable to find, so I'm in the clear. And don't expect me to risk my neck sticking it out to vouch for Martin. As far as I'm concerned, he's better off in the stocks. Wait! No, please! Please don't! I'd go mad in the stocks! Look, I don't know how to sell these stolen goods anyway. How about this? I'll just leave them on the constable's doorstep tomorrow morning. That will clear Martin's name. Is that enough?
Alright.
They are going to release me, aren't they? Has Olivier really not come forward? He will. I know he will. Why? Olivier's not going to vouch for me, is he? That backstabbing arsehole. I can't enlist, though. I just can't. I'm just not cut out to be a soldier. And my mother and my sister need me here.
Μίλησε στη μητέρα του και την αδερφή του.
Όχι, ήταν εκεί.
Ήταν μέσα στο... είναι, μέσα στο pub, ταβέρνι.
I heard the battle in the fevered muse was touching.
Γιατί μου είχε αλλάξει quest πάλι και ναι, οκ. Fuck you. Σπαστικό.
Ακούγεται η Μάλουκα εδώ μέσα.
Αχα, τραγώ.
Welcome to the Dusklight Inn. Not exactly the lap of luxury, but we try to make our customers comfortable. The cost of a room's cheap, and if you're as broke as I am, that's all that matters. What? You mean because Martin's in the stocks? I don't know if I'd say that makes things harder. Wait, did Martin say something to you? I'd rather not discuss this. Our family's finances really aren't anyone's business but our own. Really? Well, the truth is that Martin's only ever been a drain on our family's resources. His big ideas never amount to a hill of beans. I wouldn't tell him, but the best thing he could do is enlist. We could really use another steady income now.
Yes, at least so you can die. So you can get more money. I don't understand people that enlist the army.
Ah, an adventurer. Always so inspiring to have someone like you around town. I hope my son Martin would take up an exciting profession like that. But I'm beginning to think the poor boy just doesn't have it in him. He worries me sick, you know. No, I'm afraid the opposite is true. He's never had a good role model, you know. His dear father was King Rancer's most trusted general. He died up at Trader's Tor. They say he died a dishonorable death. It's a shame we'll never know the truth.
What? King Rancer, αυτός ήταν πριν που... Ήταν ένας Spy Master General, τι ήτανε? Το King Rancer ήταν νομίζω πάντως.
Δεν ξέρω πώς θα θυμάσαι.
I do. Martin's always been ashamed.
Νομίζω ήταν ίδιος.
Every chance he's had to make something of himself, he's shied away from it for fear that he would fail, like his father did. If he knew his father died honorably, I think it would inspire him. I worry that if he enlists just to get out of trouble, that would be the wrong reason. If someone could tell Martin that his father died a hero, that would inspire him to follow in his father's footsteps, to join and fight with honor.
Fight with honor! So I can sit here at home and read a book by the fire. Hello. Hello. Learn the truth of Traitor Store. Where? Ναι, πιο zoom out κάνε. Τι άλλο είμαστε. Fucking map. Βλέπεις κάπου στο map το Traitor.
Δεν βλέπω κάτι, what the fuck.
Traitor Store είναι ακριβώς απάνω. Το ή από εκεί δεν θυμάμαι. Fucking map. Το map δεν είναι πολύ καλό. Το Σάργος έχει καλό map.
There must be some way to get in. There must be. Ah, a fellow student of history. You must be. No other reason to visit these gods-forsaken ruins. Fascinating place, though. You realize this is where King Rancer made his last stand. Still haunts the place, in fact. And I intend to find out why. Yes, the king and all his soldiers. Something happened in the final moments of the battle against the orcs of Hrothgar 15 years ago, and they were cursed with undeath. Their undead forms have prevented anyone from getting in to learn the truth. Yes, well, that's the challenge. I was hoping, though, since you're here and you do appear capable, would you be willing to give me an escort? I just need to get to the central tower. I'm convinced the answers I seek are there. I knew if I came out here and hung about long enough, someone would eventually happen by to help. If I can be the one to determine what happened in King Rancer's final moments, scholars will speak my name with reverence for generations. A good bit, actually. High King Emmerich's forces have just broken the bulk of Rancer's armies at Markwaston Moor. Some fools actually believe that's where Rancer fell, but that's not the case. He and his most trusted troops retreated here. Yes, Hrothgar was, of course, allied with King Emmerich, and the orcs had already subdued most of the kingdom, including Shornhelm. Rancer retreated here and the orcs surrounded him. The last moments of the battle, however, were lost to history.
What?
Rancer was king of Shornhelm, the ruler of Rivenspire during what many consider the high point of its history. He was ambitious, too. That's why he tried to marry his daughter to Emmerich. When Emmerich changed his mind, Rancer became insane with fury. Indeed, Rancer's armies marched on Wayrest. Almost took it, too, but Emmerich managed to strike a deal with the Redguards and the Orcs. Rancer's forces were soon beset by enemies on all sides. They were driven from Stormhaven in a matter of weeks.
Alright. Pampano.
I think so, no.
Hey, Pastor, remember? You can. Traitor save.
Think me Rancer, do you? No, I am not the Mad King. I am his betrayer. Enter the past and hear my tale. A traitor's tale it is.
Ooh, nice. What armor?
I'm at medium. Always good.
Lieutenant, where in Oblivion have you been? Those damn sleep scrolls were useless against the brutes. The orcs breached the walls. We're down to just a few dozen men, including the King's Guard. I'm afraid it may be time to surrender. King Rancer just wants us to keep fighting to the bitter end. Seems he wants to go out in a blaze of glory. Can't say I'm fond of that strategy, but the King's beyond reason. The damn mage he had gave him some fool notion he wants us to try. Before he vanished, Rizal Jewel told the King about this last-ditch enchantment that would help us hold the Tor. We're supposed to take these packets of magical powder and pour their contents into the braziers in each of the towers. Kill the orcs? I don't know. What I do know is that this is our last chance, and you're the only soldier I'd trust to even make the attempt. If it doesn't do anything, go up and tell the King. Maybe he'll realize it's time to surrender. Go as fast as you can, Lieutenant. Until we've tried this, the King won't even talk about surrender. We have to get him to come around before it's too late. I don't know what to think. There was a time when I would have followed King Rancer into Oblivion. But since Markwaston Moor, he hasn't been himself. It seems his hatred for Emmerich has completely consumed him.
You are a grabby person. Física, 2D. armies.
Κουβαλάγαμε και το καλάκι του.
Το καλό με το μάγο είναι ότι μπορεί να τρέχει, δεν έχει το στάμινα. Και ο Nightblade και ο Dragonite είναι προβληματικοί σε αυτό το τομέα.
Ναι, είναι ψηλομαλαγία, εντάξει. Τρέχεις, μόλις φτάνεις τούτ.
Ναι. Και ο Rogue είναι και το stealth, όπως το λέμε. Απέτη the fools.
Και το sword.
Δεν θα ήταν κακός ο μάγος με τα medium. Κρίμα που είναι άχρηστα.
Αχα.
Γενικά μου αρέσουν τα medium, αρκετά.
Out.
Bro, who plays? It was very Witcher like. That quest sucked.
Απλά...
Fucking, δεν θυμάμαι πώς το λέγανε κάνω. Varden. Emissary. Πώς και έλεγε το μαλάκας.
Θυμάμαι.
Κάπως έτσι. Talk to King Grasser. Okay.
Στο διάλεγο.
Πάμε.
Σοβαρά δεν είναι πάνω. Δεν είναι πάνω.
Are you ready for glory, Lieutenant? Our greatest hour is at hand. Those green-skinned beasts think they have us defeated. They'll soon realize how incredibly wrong they are. Have the contents of regional jewels packets been poured into the braziers? Not yet, but it will. We will charge the enemy's ranks and they will see what true determination means. I've sent orders for Captain Tyrone and the Kingsguard to charge the breach in the north wall. Tell the general to prepare his troops as well.
Και δεν έχεις διαβάσει τα υπόλοιπα του κάρτα. Αν το έχεις διαβάσει,
Lieutenant, or just a coward? Don't make me repeat myself. Tell General Datu to prepare the soldiers to charge against the orcs to the south. I will retrieve my sword from the north tower and join you on the battlefield.
You suck.
Fuck you, ρε.
Oh, here I have a knife, let me put it in you. You can all go away. Happy. Αλλά you get εδώ και λόγια.
Well, now that the foolish experiment with the braziers has failed, has the king come to see reason? Does he realize this fight cannot be won? Then he has truly gone mad. There's no reason to waste further lives defending this lost cause. King will just have to be restrained. Have you seen Captain Tyrone? She and I should do. Damn it. Knowing her, she'll follow orders without question and get the King's guard killed. You'll have to find Tyrone and convince her to stand down. If she refuses, look for that chest of sleep scrolls and just use one to knock them all out. Yes, it's actually probably best I go alone. At this point, I'll do whatever it takes. I'll give the king one last chance to listen to reason. But if he won't, I'll just have to make him see things my way.
Wounded. Thirsty.
Desert.
Have you come to join us for the final push, Lieutenant? We're all that's left of the King's Guard, but at least we'll take a few orcs down with us. As soon as we see an opening, we're charging into that breach down there. The General has no authority over the King's Guard. I take my orders directly from the King. The King ordered us to charge, and that's what we're going to do. It's true that the King hasn't been acting himself. Is General Datu asking him to rescind the order? If the King decides to surrender, he still may have need of us. Very well. I'll delay the charge until we get clarification from the King.
Αυτή η φωνή και του Γκοτιέρ είναι παντού.
Stop acting like a coward, Datu. I'm your king and I will lead you to victory today.
Your Majesty, you've clearly lost your mind. I'm sorry, but you leave me no choice.
Hey, I have seen this. In a book.
It is done. No further lives need to be thrown away today.
Kingslayer!
Traitor! But your feeble betrayal won't stop Rizal Jewel's magic. We shall live forever, but not you. I curse you and will scatter your bones. Die, you treacherous dog!
Nice.
That was nice.
What happened to you? Looked like you were in a daze for a few moments. Stupendous. Did you see what happened to King Rancer? Was it the orcs who killed him, or are the rumors true? Was he betrayed or killed by his own soldiers? Ah, General Datu. Of course, I should have known. They say his bones were scattered around the ruins. I suppose this was Rancer's twisted idea of vengeance. Tell me though, did you learn how we might remove the undead curse here? Then what? Will he rise up and kill the king again? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Take the skull and search the ruins for the rest of the general's bones. If you don't mind, I'll watch from the top of the tower.